So I am Aligar Lingappa, Assistant Professor, Government Postgrad College, Sirguppa. Today I am going to discuss about Norton's reciprocity theorem, of which is under the chapter networks theorem. Previous class we have discussed about Thevenin's theorem and also maximum power transfer theorem. Now we discuss about Norton's reciprocity theorem. Then what about the statement of Norton's theorem? So which states that a linear active network consisting of the independent or dependent voltage source and current sources and the various circuit elements which can be substituted by an equivalent circuit consisting of a current source in a parallel with a resistance. The current source being the short circuited current across the load terminal and the resistance being the internal resistance of the source network. So, the statement of Norton's theorem. The Norton's theorems reduce the networks equivalent to the circuit having one current source, parallel resistance and a load. Norton's theorem is the reverse, that means a converse of the Thevenin's theorem. It consists of the equivalent current source instead of an equivalent voltage source as in a Thevenin's theorem. In case of equivalent Thevenin's theorem, which consists of equivalent voltage source, but in case of equivalent Norton's theorem, which consists equivalent current source. The determination of interresistance of the source network is identical in both the theorems. So determination of interresistance in both the theorems, in both the circuits is same. In the final stage, that is in equivalent circuit, the current is placed in parallel to the internal resistance in Norton's theorem, whereas in Thevenin's theorem, the equivalent voltage source is placed in series with the internal resistance. So just to see the circuit diagrams, there are three resistors which are connected in the circuit. In the left circuit, voltage source is there, current source is there. But in the right circuit, both voltage and current sources, they are interchanged. So just you see the circuit diagrams. A explanation of reciprocity theorem. The location of the voltage source and the current source may be interchanged without a change in current. Just what we observed in the previous circuits. So where voltage and current source, they are interchanged, but no change in the current. However, the polarity of the voltage source should be identical with the direction of the branch current in each position. So no change in the direction of the current. The reciprocity theorem is explained with the help of the circuit diagram. So just see the circuit diagram. So same thing as we have observed. So there are three resistors, R1, R2 and R3. They are connected with the voltage source and the current source in the left side of the circuit. Just to see the right side, where current source and voltage source, they only interchanged. No change in the current, both in magnitude and direction. The various resistances R1, R2 and R3, they are connected in the circuit diagram. So just you see the above diagram, voltage source, then the current source. It is clear from the figure above that the voltage source and the current sources are interchanged for solving the network with the help of reciprocity theorem. The limitation of this theorem is that it is applicable only to a single source network and not in the multi-source network. The network where reciprocity theorem is applied should be linear and consists of resistors, inductors, capacitors and coupled circuits. This circuit should not have any time varying elements. So all they are constants. So which are the steps we have take to solve a network? So steps for solving a network utilizing reciprocity theorem. So first step, select the branches between which reciprocity has to be established. Where we established a reciprocity, we should select that branch or branches. The current in the branch is obtained using any conventional network analysis method, maybe Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's current laws, Kirchhoff's voltage law, maybe Ohm's law, say any law. Step 3. The voltage source is interchanged between the branch which is selected. Step 4. The current in the branch where the voltage source was existing earlier is calculated. It is seen that the current obtained in the previous connection, that is in step 2, and the current which is calculated when the sources interchange, that is in step 4, are identical to each other. So before interchanging, after interchanging, in both the cases, so current obtained which is identical. So already we discussed this matter. So now you come to the point, a explanation of Norton's theorem. To understand Norton's theorem in detail, let us consider a circuit diagram so given below. Again, just to see the resistors R1, R2 and R3, all they are connected in the circuit. There are two sources, so VS, that means a voltage source, then IL, say current source, the current flows through the load resistance RL. So this is called, what about network? Electrical network. In order to find the current through the load resistance, so IL as shown in the circuit diagram, the load resistance has to be short circuited as shown in the diagram below. Just to see the diagram, where RL which can be short circuited. ISC is the short circuited current. How? Which can be determined. So, short circuited current ISC. Now the value of current I flowing in the circuit is found out by the equation I is equal to Vs by R1 plus R2 R3 by R2 plus R3. And the short circuit current ISC is given by the equation shown below. ISC is equal to I into R3 by R3 plus R2, say according to branch currents method. Now the short circuit is removed and the independent source is deactivated as shown in the circuit diagram below, and the value of the internal resistance is calculated. Just this. R1, R2, R3, just R internal. So internal resistance which is equal to R2 plus R1, R3 by R1 plus R3. As per Norton's theorem, the equivalent source circuit would contain a current source in parallel to the internal resistance, the current source being the short circuited current across the shorted terminals of the load resistors. The Norton's equivalent circuit is represented as just this. Finally, the load current IL calculated by the equation so shown below. IL is equal to ISC R internal by R internal plus RL, where IL the current flows through the load resistance, ISC short circuited current, I internal, so which can be calculated with the help of above equation. So RL we know. So by using these quantities, we can able to calculate the current flows through the load resistance according to Norton's reciprocity theorem. Thank you.